everyone. Welcome to the Comdo Show, where we talk Taekwondo all day, every day. My name is Teresa Stanley. I'm a 6th degree black belt. I'm here with Grandmaster Craig Stanley, 9th degree black belt, and the founder of the Comdo Project, and a master technician, world-renowned Taekwondoist from who worked with General Choi on the original Comdo Project. So, you know what really grinds my gears? You get the reference. We're friends. But I hear people say, oh, I did a high section punch or a low section kick. Can we just clarify proper terminology? We're gonna get really specific here. You know what? General Choi's martial art isn't just wishy-washy, whatever. He was a military guy, so it's very specific. Yeah. And that's why here at Comdo, we're pulling all those archives out and we're getting really, really technical here. So can you please explain, Grandmaster Stanley, the proper terminology in discussing a high punch, middle punch, low punch, or technique
sections and all
and
that
then
kind of stuff.
What's the difference between a section? What are we talking about there?
Well, let's start with that. There's a low section, middle section, and a high section. That's referring to the sections of your body, right? So high section is here, and the center of that high section is your upper lip, the philtrum, right there. Now, when you're doing techniques, it's for consistency, for pattern, which is what we're talking about. Obviously, real situation or in sparring and such, you're not going to punch here every single time. You punch where you need to punch, right? Whatever happens, happens. But in pattern, we're trying to be precise. It's like target practice, if you will, I suppose, right? If you've got a bow and arrow and you're trying to hit the bullseye all the time, that's target practice. You're not just willy-nilly throwing those arrows anywhere. You're trying to become accurate. And that's what pattern is going to assist us with. So the high section, center of, when you're doing patterns, is going to be philtrum. Middle section, center is solar plexus. And then the low section, well, the center technically would be between the knees, right? But there's nothing there. So if you picture the letter N, the center of the low section is actually on the crossbar, just below the belt, right here. That's going to be the center of the low section.
N?
Yeah, lower. Yeah. Yes, a lower N, not a capital what? N. No. So those are the sections of the body, and I think what a lot of people get confused with, especially younger students or lower level belts, and then they just sort of carry that through, and for some reason it doesn't get corrected or caught. So now they're black belts, and they're saying and doing the same things, which are slightly incorrect. Well, okay, they're completely incorrect. If I'm doing a block up here, it's not a high section block. This is not a high section thing. It's a high block. In this case, a high outer forearm block, right? When you do an attack, I'm attacking perhaps your high section. But I might be doing a middle punch, for instance, because you're a bit shorter than me, right? So if I was doing a middle punch to your high section, that would be the correct terminology. So I'm not doing a high section punch, even though I'm hitting your high section.
Right.
Right?
So the high section or the sections refer to the target.
Target, exactly.
Right? So
my technique is high, middle, low.
Right.
My target could be high section. I could be hitting your low section. I could be down on my knees doing a middle punch to your low section.
Well, that
There's
one
lots
comes
of
up
different
in Chunjang pattern.
Yeah.
And that one is actually a high punch.
It's a high punch. Yeah.
I think it's high punch, but it's on the ground.
You're down low, so
Yeah.
the assumption would be to the low section, I guess, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless the person's down here or something
They may
that.
be on the ground as well.
I
but,
think in the
you know.
encyclopedia, which, just so you know, in the new app, you're going to have access to a digital version of the 15 volume.
Yeah.
It actually does give the demo of a short person getting punched versus a tall person.
This is all explained.
It's in
pretty
there.
much everything in Taekwondo is in the book.
So-
sometimes you have to really search for it and
Yeah.
kind of almost be a detective and try and figure things out.
Of course,
But it's in there.
So it's a high punch. Now, if I'm teaching a student, you could say that it's in line with my filter.
Yeah, that's a quick check. People say, oh, your knuckles should be shoulder height and stuff like that. That's a quick check. But if you were answering a written task question, you wouldn't say my knuckles are this high or anything like that. You would have to say guarding the solar plexus is a middle block, or be more specific to that end.
Right. Yeah. All right. So please avoid high section strike. It's not that. right? I'm striking my targets, which section is it? So just a little like clarification on terminology, and if you're an instructor today, or a new instructor for sure, learning how to use that terminology properly is so important for the clarity and for the integrity of our art and the continuing legacy, which is what we're doing here at Comdo, of General Choi. So if you have any questions or comments on the high section or any of those things targeting, please drop them in the comments below. We'd love to have a conversation and help you get better at Taekwondo. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our channel, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. The app, again, is coming out soon. You're going to have access to that 15 volume, which is going to be really amazing, plus a bunch of amazing videos. And we will see you on the next video.
Taekwondo.